Let's talk about the banner first, okay? Himeko. So Himeko E1 gives us 20% speed for 2 turns after each victory rush. This is insane in pure fiction. This is insane in just general play with Himeko. If you pair her up with speed boots, she gets like 20 speed. So with speed boots, she just has 146 or 145 speed consistently. Then if you run her with Ruan Mei on the team, especially for pure fiction, she gets an additional 10% speed. So she has around 154 speed. My Himeko right now is 0. Another character that I've been thinking about recently is Welt, because Welt is a Giga Chad. I just recently built him. I use him as a hyper DPS, even though he's not, because you can use him in multiple like different scenarios. I have a Welt E1, so I already pulled Welt 2 times. So Welt E2 generates 3 energy every time his talent is triggered. When he attacks with skill, you attack 3 times, right? And then his talent triggers 3 times, so he gets like an insane amount of energy. I've been encountering that I always miss like 5, 4, 3, 6, 7 energy for Welt to like cast ultimate to 1 more cycle. So yeah, I don't run Welt with energy rope, so and Welt E2 would be amazing. Obviously, we have the biggest Giga Chad on the banner, it's Bronya. I have Bronya, but I don't have Bronya E1. If you're playing Bronya, or if you have Bronya, if you don't have Bronya, you always go for Bronya. 99% of the player base is probably gonna just go Bronya. That's pretty much it. You press Bronya, you always go for Bronya. Bronya best character, that's just how it is. 50% fixed chance of recovering 1 skill point. The chart is simple in Hawkeye Star Rail. You see Bronya, you press Bronya, everyone is probably gonna go Bronya, and I've also been thinking about going Bronya. Jeppy, I already have Gepard, really good, like actually insane. You run him with energy rope, you run him with high effect hit rate. Bro, Gepard is insane. In like all endgame contents, especially, you know, Storm Disaster or Golds and Gears Conundrum 12, he carries so hard. I already have him at E1. E1 busted. Because when you use skill, you just freeze. 35% more chance to freeze. His skill already has a high chance of freezing. His skill has 65%, it's plus 35 of that percent, and then you already have him at a really high effect hit rate. Gepard, really good. If you don't have Gepard, go for Gepard if you want a preservation unit. And a good tank that can, you know, stall the game infinitely. Clara E1, I'm not a big fan, I'm not gonna lie. Clara E1, like, using skill will not remove marks of counter, it just gives more damage, but Clara E2 is good. You always want her ultimate to be active. 30% attack for 2 turns while her ultimate is active, E2 is really good, but Clara in general is a strong character. I mean, you guys know I'm a Clara main, right? I've been a Clara main for such a long time. I mean, look at my stats on my Clara. 64% crit rate, 180% crit damage. Signature light cone, really fun to use with elation, really fun to use in just fights that are really fast. So the faster the enemy is, she gets hit more and then she attacks more. But yeah, E1 I'm not a particular fan, I think E2 is good, everything else is kinda eh. Yaching. Bro, if I press this button on a Yaching, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna quit the game. But let's be honest. Yaching currently, and probably will always be the worst character on the standard banner. There was a time, a few months ago, where everyone was praising Yaching. You need to have Yaching. He's the best hunt character. But let's be honest, as soon as this game came out, Young King got instantly dethroned with the Sele banner, and he got even more dumpstered when Jingliu came out. Like, Jingliu dumpstered this guy into oblivion because Jingliu is like a 6-star compared to Yaching. But let's be honest, you know, Yaching is a 3-star. I don't care what anyone says. Personally, I like his style. Like, I like the character design, I like the flying on the sword sting and everything, and it's really unfortunate that he got dumpstered as soon as the game came out by, first of all, Sele, and then the second time he got dumpstered is when Jingliu came out, and the third time he got dumpstered, bro, he got dumpstered 10 times, okay? In the story, he got dumpstered and pooped upon like 10 times in a row. Like, this character solely exists for us to bully him. He even has a face that you want to bully. Everyone else will probably say, oh, Beilu is also probably the worst character on the banner, but I disagree, because I have a Beilu, and Bailu is a character that is really good and outperforms, for example, a Lynx E6 purely on healing. Yeah, she doesn't have a cleanse, that is true, but I built my Bailu 8.5k HP, 153 speed, really high effect resistance. I don't even run her with energy regen because you don't have to. His skill is already good, but without Bailu, I wouldn't be able to beat Conundrum 12. Bailu is like my staple when it comes to sustain in Conundrum 12 and like really high endgame stuff. And let's be honest, man, I already have her at E1. Like, let's be honest. And E1 is good, because if Invigoration ends, you get like 8 energy extra for that target, if they are at full HP. So it just pushes me even more for my whole team to have, you know, to be topped off, especially in Conundrum 12 or high difficult runs, because it just gives you more energy. But yeah, my Bailu is like Bailu, I don't even know, the little dragon rat. I was never a fan of her, but now that I built her and that I've used her in Conundrum 12 and really high endgame stuff, without her I wouldn't be able to complete a single Conundrum run. When I run her in Conundrum 12, she has like 12k HP. Like, and it is amazing. She's a punching bag, she doesn't die. If somebody dies, she instantly reses. And resurrection in like high Conundrum stuff is beneficial. Let's be honest, like the enemies hit so hard that it's really beneficial. And that's it, man. So, for the last few weeks, I've been thinking, do I go Bronya? Let's be honest, if you are a new player or a player, you go Bronya, right? You just go Bronya. Bronya is just an insane, will always be insane, she will always be meta, and 99% of the players will all pick up Brony. Welt, really good, E1, as I said, E1, E2, Welt stacks up, one of the strongest like standard characters that just goes with everything. And Himeko, let's be honest, I've been a fan of Himeko since forever. I built my Himeko and like 153, 154 speed Himeko in Pure Fiction. Bro, she just does this. She's just pizza cuts all day and has skill points. She does everything, right? You guys think I'm gonna pick Bronya? Bronya, right? I think it's Bronya time. Obviously, Bronya is the best, so I'm gonna pick her. Psych, I'm gonna pick Himeko. You really thought I'm gonna pick Bronya? You really thought I'm a meta slave? Bro, I'm not a meta slave. You should go and pick Himeko, guys. Don't pick Bronya. Bronya is trash. Bronya is the worst character on the standard banner. You should definitely pick up Himeko, okay? But yeah, Himeko E1. I did what I wanted to do. Because you know why? This game is all about fun. This is a gacha game, man. And it's all about having fun. And Himeko E1 is something I wanted forever. You get 19 speed here from E1, so that's 120. You get 9.6 speed from Ruan Mei, so that's almost 130. I can put her with a different relic substat with more speed, and I have it. For example, 9 speed here, I put this thing on, and then activating the amazing E1. Running her with Ruan Mei, E1, speed boots, you have a comfortable DPS erudition character that's like 150 plus speed consistently, especially for Pure Fiction. And Pure Fiction is all about ultimates and speed. Pure Fiction cycles work completely different than MOC because it doesn't reset on waves. It consistently goes, so the faster your characters are, the better. I'm the #1 Himeko salesman. Because gacha games and games in general are all about fun. And what brought me fun now is having Himeko E1. Listen, I'm gonna do the next gacha pools, I'm gonna lose a 50-50 and then I'm gonna get a Bronya E1, and that's just how it is. I'm gonna have Bronya E1 and Himeko E1 and Welt E1 and Bailu E1. Bro, wait a second. Bro, I never won a single 50-50 in this game. And then people ask me why I don't have that many limited characters. E1 Bailu, E1 Gepard, E1 Welt, E1 Himeko. Oh, I have everything E1. This is despair. Wait, this is actually disparage. I'm perfectly fine. Himeko E1 in Pure Fiction with Ruan Mei, man. That's what it's all about.